are streaming.
Okay. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me this afternoon and evening as we continue our live storm coverage here. We've been tracking storms all throughout the day. Coming to you on a different stream here just to make sure we reach a few more people out there. What we've got, several warnings out there at the moment. First of all, the latest one just issued. This is the newest tornado warning for western Cumberland County, just to the northwest of Crossville. This is for a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado not far from Sparta and moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour. So that storm could be very near the northwestern corner of Cumberland County between now and 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. So if you look at the radar view vantage point, the cell that we're watching, or the cluster storms, is what's coming off a tornado-warned storm near Sparta at about 45 miles an hour. So let me zoom out just a little bit. We'll take a look at the velocity scan on this. And you can see right near Sparta. So rotation there noted within in that cell as it moves off to the north and east. Very close to Sparta right now. And I'll back it up just a little bit. You can see where that rotation is going to a very broad rotation there, right near Sparta, just to the east of Smithville. So if that moves to the northeast at 45, you can see areas like Findlay, Board Valley, Malin, between now and the top of the hour 5 Central Time. Again, that's all in Central Time. But that is a tornado-warned storm. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, but you can see there is some circulation there, rotation in that storm. So that one has the warning on it, and that's going to be out until 5:30 Central and 6:30 Eastern, right in here near Sparta, moving off to the north and east. We also have several other warnings out there. Some are severe thunderstorm warnings. There was one that was over the other part of Van Buren that's been canceled. That's the one that's now moving into Cumberland. But several other severe thunderstorm warnings out. Large part of Franklin County and also northern portions of Jackson County. And that's going to be in effect until 4:45 Central, 5:45 Eastern. Wind gusts possible upwards of 60 miles an hour. And it is moving off to the northeast at around 45 miles an hour. This is the timeline we anticipated in the 5 o'clock hour reaching our plateau counties. So we kind of outlined that 5 p.m. To 2 a.m. west to east across our viewing area, and that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Let me share this over so I can see some of the comments here. All right, that's going to be in effect till 5:45 Eastern. So our newscast will be coming up at the top of the hour, 6 o'clock. We'll keep this stream going until then, but a large part of our time in the newscast will be spent dealing with what's coming up. And as you can see, if we take a look at the broad view here, most of this has not been too strong except for on the northern end of that. But again, look what's coming down from the south and west. You got to look down from this direction down here. And here's some individual supercells away from the line that are moving north and east. So within an hour's time, we got to watch out for Jackson County and areas farther north and west. And if I expand the view just a little bit more, this is the larger aerial view of the entire southeast region. There's a large area under a tornado watch over northern parts, or actually northern and western parts of Alabama. So Birmingham southward to Jackson. Although Jackson now is on the back side of all this activity. Rapid development's been happening here. Let's see how far northeast those cells go. So again, heads up across North Georgia and North Alabama as those continue to move to the north and to the east. Again, what you can see, we've got the severe thunderstorm warning, the dual warning that is for parts of Franklin, parts of Jackson County. Again, notice these lines moving by very rapidly, upper level winds pushing it by very quickly. So in these little cells here, some very strong wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour are possible. Not rotating storms per se, they are severe, tapping into some of those very strong wind gusts, which you can see right there, right near the corner with Marion County. A very strong wind gusts right between Suwannee and South Pittsburgh, sort of the Orem community. So very strong gusts coming in there with that cell that has a severe thunderstorm attached to that. We're also getting some rain, occasional thunder moving into parts of Dade County, parts of southern Walker County. Not severe at the moment. It is moving rapidly, so we're going to have showers arriving in around downtown very shortly as these lines move on in. And here's that tornado warned storm we've got for areas just northwest of Crossville. I'll pause that, and you can see we had some pretty evident rotation there near Sparta. Back it up a little bit. Yeah, you can see it right just west of Sparta and going right over. It's a little, you go right here, as it moves north, kind of tightening just a little bit. If there's a tornado forming, that's probably where it is now, moving just northeast of Sparta, right there. So that's just north of Sparta, Tennessee. That's a severe thunderstorm warning, and then they issued the tornado warning alongside that. So that includes Cumberland, Putnam, and White County. Again, let's go back to where we have watches in effect at the moment, and then we'll go back to that tornado warning there. Tornado watch remains in effect. And again, we've had signs from the Storm Prediction Center that they'll expand this watch with time as conditions warrant. But at least for now, the Plateau County is out till 10 Eastern. Jackson, DeKalb County, it'll overlap here. That's also out till 9 o'clock Eastern time. Also, flood watch out till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We've already had very heavy rain and more heavy rain yet to come. So again, quite a bit of activity out there. In a sense, similar to this morning, very noisy, heavy downpours of rain. We'll keep an eye on that rotation there. That's going to get close to the northwestern part of Cumberland County. But again, these remain right at severe levels with the potential for a 60-mile-an-hour gust, but also being mindful to keep an eye down to the south and west, these individual supercells, and how far they advance off to the east and northeast. Still quite a bit of upper-level energy down in here, and that's what those storms have been tapping into. So we'll have to watch any of those that are not attached to a line moving off more to the north and east with time for the rest of North Alabama, and eventually they hold together across southeast Tennessee. Again, we'll keep an eye on that tornado warning storm there. Again, it's not over Cumberland County at the moment, but getting close to there. We'll keep an eye on that for those areas north and west of Crossville. Thanks, everybody, for joining this afternoon and this evening as we keep an eye on this. Had a little audio issue on the first live stream that I did, but we're doing fine now, and I appreciate those of you chiming in and watching this. We, of course, will keep this stream going until the top of the hour, 6 o'clock, and we'll have our live newscast coming up, which will give you even more coverage. You can also watch online at newschannel9.com, so you can stay on your mobile device if you need to. No worries there. We got you covered every step of the way, folks. I'm going to share this feed over, though, to one of my other pages here. All right, we continue to keep an eye on this cell, which is close to the northwest part of Cumberland County, right near Sparta, and you can still see a broad area of rotation there. Not quite as pronounced, right where it was just northwest of Sparta, not quite as pronounced now, but nevertheless, very strong gust approaching the Cumberland County line. So there's still that potential right in here for possible tornadic development. It's indeed a rotating storm. And again, if we look at over the past hour, right through there, you can see right in there's what we're watching. So folks in Crossville, I believe Crossville's just outside the polygon, but nevertheless, keep an eye on that. In fact, they just updated that warning polygon just a bit. And we'll look at the updated outline there for that. So this is issued just moments ago. That storm northeast, 7 miles northeast of Sparta, moving northeast at 5. Again, this is still a Doppler radar indicated rotation. It'll be near the city of Monterey by about 4:55 p.m. That's 5:55 Eastern. So locations include Pleasant Hill, Tennessee. So you can see Pleasant right about there. So that's the area I kind of keep an eye on. And there it is moving to the east-northeast. So Malin, Pleasant Hill, those areas are Cumberland County. Heads up, that tornado warning remains in effect till 4:55 Central, 5:55 Eastern. Elsewhere, the severe thunderstorm warnings that were out for Jackson and Marion County Jackson and Franklin County have expired there. So these are stay below severe levels, so we'll keep an eye on that. So again, there's quite a bit of activity going on. It's this morning. Quite a bit of noise out there. You're no doubt hearing the lightning, thunder picking up along the Dade-Walker County line, moving north and east. And then farther back here over western parts of Marion up to around Grundy County. Every now and then, folks, I have to admit, I'll be staring at Franklin and Grundy and get them just opposite. It's one of those things. All right, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning right there. Just issued. And it's going to be for that line moving right there across the county line. So here we go. Severe thunderstorm warning for central Marion County until 5:30 Eastern. 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Severe thunderstorm located 7 miles southeast of Mount Eagle, about 10 miles northwest of Jasper, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. So gust of 60 miles an hour possible. Again, this is radar indicated potential wind gusts. Again, that's above severe levels. And you can see the part of the storm we are focused on here, right here. And again, from a velocity point of view, you can see it's racing away from the radar, red racing away. I'm going back and forth there a little bit so you can see right what we're talking about. So that area northwest of Jasper and just southeast of Mount Eagle. So they don't include that for that part of Grundy County because I believe those are issued by the National Weather Service Nashville. So it kind of is a jagged looking polygon. But again, for Whitwell and areas east of that line, right along I-24 and east, northeast. So I'll do the tracker here. Now this is moving really fast, so it's going to cover a lot of real estate. But if it holds together, Tracy City 457, Palmer 512, Dunlap 527, and Brayton 545. Brayton way up here, just under the StormTrack 9 logo in Bledsoe County. So heads up, neighboring areas of Grundy, even though you're not under that warning, heads up, you can have some strong wind gusts from that. Palmer, Doss, Dunlap, and Brayton. And Maggie, we are setting up for the newscast, is that correct?
That's correct.
We'll go ahead and start. Well, I think we can start as normal. We'll keep this feed going to the top and then have the audience join us for over, and then I'll resume at 6:30. But I think we can do that unless conditions change.
Perfect.
So,
sounds good.
All right. Yeah, just preparing for our newscast, which starts in a few minutes. This is one of those things when you have a live stream going, you got to go from live stream to air. It's just, one of those things you got to do. So again, folks, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. I've got the tracker on there for you. That is out until 5:30 Central Time. Again, just watching all this unfold this afternoon. And, here's the thing. As we've gone through the day, you watch this whole system evolve. It changes a bit. And, we're seeing a lot of this start to pick up in intensity to the south and west. And that's the area you really got to watch very carefully. And I'll show you again in the next radar view as we move away from this warning and show you what we're going to keep an eye on. We got to watch all this activity farther down to the south and west. See that march of tornado warnings right there? Those isolated stronger cells. And let me get that where it's not going every 3 hours, just where it's going every hour. Those are pretty strong just to the west and northwest of Birmingham. So those are moving northeast pretty quickly. So we're going to be keeping an eye on these right here. Let's see how they hold together as they move farther north and east. Will the rain-cooled atmosphere stabilize things? It's possible, but there's still a lot of upper-level dynamics here that we got to watch really carefully. Okay? I'm all for stabilization, I'll tell you that. If it stabilizes things and hoses down the activity, great. You know, hope so. But for right now, we still got to keep an eye on this, especially for any quick spin-ups on the line. Let's go back to this tornado warning storm here, still over an area right borderlining Cumberland County. And where we're watching, still, it's right there, Monterey to Malin, right there. And so there's still a potential there, and that's why that warning remains in effect there over the far northwestern part of Cumberland County, just to the northwest of Crossville. So Crossville not under the polygon, but, you know, keep an eye on activity still coming in from the south and west. And again, the other warning that we have right here is for Marion County. That's out till 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. All right, folks, what we're going to do, we're going to stop this stream. We're not going to go away, though. It's just going to allow us to regroup here for about a minute or two and start our News Channel 9 6 o'clock newscast. I believe, Maggie, am I correct? It does stream on our website, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, so if you're on your mobile device, you can just, on our News Channel 9 main page, newschannel9.com, you can start the live feed there and watch our live 6 o'clock newscast. I'll be back with more live storm tracking. It's starting at 6:30 on the digital stream and, of course, on air when needed. So we'll stop this feed and rejoin our newscast momentarily. I'll see you, folks. We'll have you covered all throughout the night.